So let's go on to core skill number 2, which is inviting. And inviting is an important skill. And now we've just gone through how to build a list, and we know that it's very important to have a written list. We're going to build a list of at least 20 for a new person, but we want to get that list bigger and bigger and add to it every single day. We're going to prioritize our list. We're going to think about who has a lot of influence, who knows people, who's successful, maybe who has health challenges, competitive, do they have previous experience. So think through your list and prioritize those, and think about the people that you would most love to partner with. People you just think, wow, we'd be amazing together if we could partner, and prioritize with your top 5. So that's who you really want to start with. Now, what's really important, before you invite anyone to partner with you, it's really important to go through this skill and practice. And that's a core part of what we're going to do today. So the approach you take when inviting, again, we've talked about this before. It's really important to make relationships first. The relationship is just key. I can't stress that enough. So make sure that's in your approach. Less is more. Whatever you do, do not blabber on about Max and glutathione and Dr. Keller and Dr. Nagasawa and Steve Scott, and just don't go on and on and on. Less is always more. So that's important. And then use the tools. We have CDs, we have DVDs, we have website links, we have brochures, we have product. Use the tools. Don't go on and on with yourself being the messenger. The 4 rules we look at when we invite is, the first one is really don't get attached to the outcome. And that's really important because it's perfectly okay if someone is not interested, or if now's not the time, or if all they want to be is a customer. Absolutely great. Because we already know there's so many people we can talk to. It doesn't matter if someone's not ready. Absolutely doesn't matter. And so we want to just focus on education and understanding, making sure that people have the information. Whatever they choose to do with it is absolutely fine. You know, it's like the story I always love to talk about, where, you know, if a waitress is serving 20 people at a restaurant and asks if they want more coffee, you know, and 10 of them say no thank you, well, my goodness, it's not going to ruin her day or her life, is it? She's not going to be upset with that. She's just going to say, okay, great. They don't want more coffee. I'm going to go see if other people want more coffee. Well, that's exactly what we get to do. We're sharing the information, inviting them to look, and if now is not the time, or if they don't want coffee right now, that's okay. We're good with that. So be yourself. Make sure you are who you are. Your friends and people in your life know you. Don't try and be someone you're not, but be excited. Share your enthusiasm and be strong and confident. That's really important too. We have something amazing to share with people, and that needs to come across. You know, you don't want to be, oh gosh, you know, would you do me a big favor and just take a look? No, you have something amazing to share, so be confident in that. So let's look at the inviting process. So we have an 8-step process that we follow, and I'm going to go through and just talk about it, and then I'm going to actually call someone up from the group to demonstrate that with me so that you can feel how it sounds, okay? So the first step is be in a hurry. Now, by the way, this inviting process is meant to be done either on the phone or in person. It's never meant to be done in a text message or in an email. It's really important to do your inviting in person or on the phone. I actually like best to do it on the phone, even if I've just spent some time with someone, because I like to use that time I've spent with someone to build a relationship and not get right away into Max and have I got an opportunity for you. I want to build a relationship, and I want to follow up the next day to say, you know what, I so enjoyed our conversation. My goodness, it was great to catch up with you. Listen, here's why I'm calling. So I like to do it that way, but you can certainly do it either way. So the first step is be in a hurry. And the way that might sound is, you know what, I don't have a lot of time to talk right now, but boy, am I ever glad I caught you. You know, make it not that you're in a hurry, you don't have any time to talk to them. Well, then why the heck did you call them? That would be kind of odd. But you don't have a lot of time, but oh my gosh, you're so glad you caught them because you really had something important you wanted to talk to them about. And have that sentiment come across. The thing is, if you're not in a hurry, and if you've got all the time in the world, you know, most people are busy these days, so then all of a sudden, you're kind of the person with all the time in the world, not very important. You're trying to squeeze into their busy schedule. And if you've got all the time in the world, then that opens it up for them to ask you all kinds of questions about Max. And before you know it, you're in presentation mode. And that's not really the way you want to go. So your first step is to be in a hurry. Then you want to make a genuine compliment from the heart about the person that you've called. And that's important. And you know, a compliment should really be something, firstly, from the heart. It's got to be something you feel about that person, even if you've just met them. For example, I met someone this week at a Body Shop store. I was in to buy some bath treatment gifts. And the girl was just fabulous. She was so clearly passionate about her business and about the products. And I said, gosh, you know, you're really passionate about your products. It's wonderful to see. And when I call her and follow up, I'm going to compliment her on her clear passion, her clear ability with people, and it's going to be very genuine. So it doesn't have to be someone you've known for a long time. You can get clear about someone and what you like about them in the very few minutes that you might spend time with them in. So what I always like to say about a compliment is, you know, you're nice and I like you is a compliment, but it probably needs to be a little bit deeper than that. You know, I've always really admired the way you interact with people, and I've learned a lot by watching you over the years, is a deeper compliment than you're nice and I like you. So something a little bit more detailed, because that has them feel like, really, you've noticed that about me. Oh my gosh, that's really nice of you to say. And it's genuine, you do feel that way. So a compliment is important. You want to make the invitation. Normally, when I'm making an invitation, I like to share a little bit of my story in a way that's going to resonate with the person I'm talking to. So I like to, you know, for example, if I'm talking to someone in the corporate world, that's where I've come from, I will share my story in a way that might sound something like, you know, I've worked at my company for a long time. It's been wonderful, and it's, you know, I've made great money, but I really started to think, is this what I'm meant to be doing for the rest of my life? And I just didn't really see doing it for the next 20 years. And I've actually come across something that's really fantastic. And you know, I have no idea if this might be a time in your life where you'd consider looking at anything other than what you're doing, but oh my gosh, if you were open to having a chat, oh, would I ever love to partner with you in this? You know, and so my story is going to resonate with them because maybe they've been thinking, really, am I going to be doing this corporate thing for the next 20 years? If it's someone with a health challenge, I might share my story in a slightly different way around the amazing benefits that I've seen and how I am changing the world with this product. And it's important, and we need to get it out there. So I'm going to share my story in a way that I think might resonate the best with the person I'm talking to. And what I like to do, and you know, everyone is different, you can try it a few different ways, see how it works. What I like to do is I always want people to feel it's okay to say no, because when they feel it's okay to say no, they'll say yes. They'll feel comfortable saying yes. If they feel pressured, like you're calling them to sell them something, it feels uncomfortable. So when I'm making an invitation, I tend to make sure, like the invitation I just shared, you know, I have no idea if this might be a time in your life you might be open, but oh my goodness, if you were, oh, we'd be amazing together. I'd love to partner with you. And that gives them the option to say, oh, I'd love to take a look, or you know what, actually now's a really bad time. I've just, you know, I'm just having twins, and I've just started a new job, and I'm just moving house, and oh, I couldn't even think about anything new right now. But I thank you for thinking of me. And that leaves the door open to saying, great, you know what, I get it. Why don't we touch base in 6 months and see how you're doing? You know, so it gives us that option. The next thing you want to do in the process is you want to share a tool, but it's going to be very specifically, if I, would you? If I sent you a link, would you watch it? If I gave you this DVD, would you listen to it? If I shared this brochure, would you read it? And that's important because what it shows is that you have something of value. It's not just you begging them to take a look at something. I've shared something with someone and I can see they're not that interested. And instead of me paying my money and wasting my time sharing a CD, which I've paid for, or product, which I've paid for, you know, I'm going to say, you know what? Absolutely, I understand. If this isn't for you, no problem. I'd like to share it with somebody else. So if I, would you is really important. And then get a time commitment. And that sounds like, if I sent you a link, would you watch it? Yes, I would. Okay, terrific. It's going to take you about 10 to 15 minutes. When would you have a chance to watch it for sure? And the for sure part is kind of important because so far they've been opened up by the compliment. They're feeling very comfortable in the conversation. You've asked them if they'll watch something. They'll say, yeah, absolutely, I'd watch it. And they have the best intention maybe. When you ask them, when will you have a chance to watch it for sure? Then they have to think, oh, you mean I really actually have to watch it? Huh. Okay, well, let's see. It's Wednesday, busy day, Thursday, Friday, probably on the weekend. Okay, terrific. You'll be able to watch it for sure on the weekend. So if I give you a call Sunday night, would you have had a chance to watch it for sure? So now we've got a time commitment, which is when would you have a chance to watch it for sure? We've confirmed that a second time, and we've booked a follow-up time. And once we've done that, we simply get off the phone. All right? So now what I'd like to do is I'd like to invite someone up to just do a little role play. And maybe the scenario is going to be that this is a colleague from work who I haven't, or someone I used to work with, let's say. Someone I used to work with 5 years ago that I haven't seen in that 5 years. And so why don't we make that the scenario? And Anne, would you come up and be the person? Okay, so we're going to do a quick role play. And Anne is going to be someone that I used to work with 5 years ago. And we haven't spent a lot of time together in the last 5 years. And we had pre-set up a time where I knew she was at least going to be in on Sunday evening, and so I'm calling her now. Okay? I always like to turn my back to someone when I'm role playing so I can pretend I'm on the phone and I don't actually see her. Okay, so ring ring.
Hello.
Hi Anne, it's Anne Turnbull calling. How are you?
I'm great, Anne. It's great to hear from you.
Oh, it's so great to speak to you as well. Listen, I know you've got a lot of things going on, and I actually am just running out the door, but I really wanted to speak to you. So, you know, I was thinking about you actually the other day, and I was just thinking about our time at the office together, and I always so admired you for the way you were able to interact with people and really inspire people around a vision. And I wanted you to know that I've actually learned a lot and been using that in the last years of my career, so I appreciate that about you very much.
Wow, thank you, Anne. I had no idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, I've been working at a new job, and I've really been thinking about what I want to do with the rest of my career. And I've really been introduced to a new company that I'm really passionate about. It's absolutely amazing. I'm so excited about what's happening. And you know, as I'm starting into a new phase of this particular company, I was thinking, well, who do I want to partner with? And I thought, oh my gosh. You know, Anne, I have no idea if you might be open to looking at something new at this time in your life or not, but if you were, we could do amazing things together. And so I wanted to ask you, if I were to send you some information, would you take a quick look? It'll probably take about 10 or 15 minutes.
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Oh, terrific. Okay, when do you think you could do that for sure?
When are you going to send it to me?
Oh, I'll send it to you this afternoon.
Okay, and how long is it?
About 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay, I can look at that tonight.
Oh, fantastic. So if you can look at that tonight, what about tomorrow evening? Are you free tomorrow evening? Could we chat then? Fantastic. So now, is your email address still the same, and this is the best number to call you at?
Sure is.
Okay, wonderful. I will send it this afternoon. You'll have a chance to look at it tonight for sure, and I will give you a call tomorrow evening. Sounds good?
Sounds good, Anne.
Oh, fantastic. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Okay, so that's what a role play sounds like.